நாடாளுமன்றத்தில் பொருளாதார ஆய்வறிக்கை தாக்கலாகியுள்ள நிலையில் அது பற்றி மத்திய அரசின் பொருளாதார ஆலோசகர் அரவிந்த் சுப்பிரமணியம் டெல்லியில் செய்தியாளர்களிடம் விளக்கமளித்து வருகிறார். அதன் நேரலையை பார்க்கலாம்.
Heads dropping, I will start moving quickly. First of all, I want to begin by saying what should be the aspiration for an economic survey. A lot of stuff has recently been written on the economic survey. What should it be about? And here I can do no better than quote one of the greatest economists of all time, John Maynard Keynes, who said this about economists, but I think it's true about any good survey as well, that it must try and do everything. It must draw upon mathematics, history, philosophy. It must study the present and the past. And very importantly, it must be purposeful and objective. And its authors must be as aloof and incorruptible as artists, yet, like grubby politicians. So we have to try and do everything. And Amitabh Bachchan, I think, says this more colorfully, I think, when he says, isme drama hona chahiye, tragedy hona chahiye, comedy hona chahiye, sab kuch hona chahiye. And that's what the survey, I think, tries to do. We've probably fallen short of these lofty standards, but that's what we've tried to do. And that must be the aspiration for all economic surveys. Okay, the structure of the survey, it comes in 4 parts, just to kind of entice and tease the reader. There's a section called 8 interesting facts about India that you probably didn't know. So those who are, attention challenged, they can just go to that. But apart from that, there are 3 sections, what we call the perspective, which is a kind of big picture take on the economy, short term and medium term. Then what we call the proximate, all the pressing challenges in the short term, and then the persistent, all of the medium term challenges. Obviously, this is a forward-looking, ideas, analytical-based document. There will be, as I said, a review coming later in the summer. But I do want to emphasize that this is a government document, absolutely. But it also aims to provide objective analysis, and what Keynes said and what the finance minister has kind of provided the space for is to be both purposive but also dispassionate and objective. This is what we try and do. This has a lot of material, 14 chapters, a lot of it with medium-term issues as well. But today, given the constraints of time, I'm going to focus mostly on, what are some of the more pressing short-term issues. But I do hope that all of you, after, splashing headlines tomorrow, will go back and read, some of the other chapters as well. And there is a lot of food for thought here. So today's presentation, I'm going to go review developments. I'm going to talk to you about the near-term outlook, including the impact of demonetization, discuss the short-term challenges, and then conclude with some medium-term challenges as well. Okay, if you look back on the last year that's gone by, I would say that, it's been characterized by robust macroeconomic stability. I'll explain how. There have also been a very impressive set of reform achievements. I will, just highlight them. And of course, you cannot ignore 2016 without focusing on what have been absolutely tumultuous external developments. The phrase we use in the survey is that these are developments forebodingly laden with darker possibilities. Darker possibilities of trade tensions, darker possibilities of retreat from globalization around the world, and of course, much more fundamental questioning about how countries should run their economies. And these are mostly happening in advanced economies, but they're going to have their repercussions on India as well. And Chapter 1, the overview chapter, has some implications for India as well. Today, I'm going to focus more on the domestic. I think it's fair to say that there's been robust macroeconomic stability in the last 1 year. Headline CPI inflation has come down. If I can get a marker while I'm talking, that would be great. The current account deficit has come down from, it used to be 3.5–4% of GDP. It's now less than 0.5%. Reserves are at their all-time high. And I think it's important to emphasize on the external front that last year, 2016, we've survived.